Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God, did not consider it robbery to be equal with God, but made himself of no reputation, taking the form of a bondservant and coming in the likeness of man. First and foremost, I just want to, point out the fact that God, Jesus, is God, and he was God in the flesh, even when he was man. Didn't come as a king, and by king, I mean a king in worldly standards. I'm talking about glitz and glamour. I'm talking about jewel crown. I'm talking about golden temples, all the pomp that comes, frills and pearls that comes with being royalty, that comes with being established in worldly terms. People recognize you when you look a certain way, when you have certain things. I'm talking about materialistically. You are given more respect when you look like you have it all together, when you drive a fancy car, when you walk and talk a certain way. People automatically give you respect because you look like you are worth more than what you are. God chose to come as the opposite. The creator of the world, who created all the riches that we see today, who is rich, more rich than we could ever imagine. They describe heaven as a place that is paved with gold. They walk on the gold we chase and kill people to get. In heaven, we walk on it. The roads are paved with gold. The rivers are flowing with diamonds, and it's just lavish. And he is a lavish God because he created lavishness. And he intentionally chose to be born as a bond servant, as a slave, as a nobody. And in how we would view people today in terms of standards and equality, he was a nobody. He was born in a manger, in a stable. There was no one there even to usher him into the world, except the people who were necessary to be there. He was raised in a humble house, in a humble home, and it just speaks to his humility, that even though he is the God of everything, he chose to be born as a servant. And that is the message he keeps trying to instill in our hearts, that it is in servitude, it is in humility that you mean more, that you do more, that you are more impactful. True servitude comes from nothing. True servitude comes from, humility, from humble beginnings. And I just want to really drive that home, that let's stop seeking the things, the frills and the bells, the accolades, the titles. People seem to think that you are only somebody if you have a title attached to your name, if you are educated, if you are well off, then you are worth something. But can I tell you something? The creator of the world was born into nothing, but he changed the world more than anybody else could. You are more than anybody with a title, more than anybody with a mansion. He made the biggest impact with nothing.